What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. We're live. Finally, we got grinding gears. Shimon and Laura. Jen's over here. We're messing with the phone. And I'm home. They're home. We got a lot of crap to talk about. So I'm going to make my makeshift phone holder, the old slot in the box, and some tape. And bear with me, please. So we're going to do this as we always do at my place, live from the bar whenever the camera decides to actually turn around. Great. I just jammed my phone up. Wonderful. These things are top notch. Why is it? Yeah, all right there. Wow, look at me. I'm totally janked up. Look at that. What in the world? All right, maybe nobody really wants to see me anyway, I guess. Can you guys see me, or is my screen still froze on I'm froze. Great. What do I have to? No, I hit it. I hit that again. It won't do anything. It just sits there and acts a fool. Doesn't do crap. Let me at least put my. I'm at my laptop. I was gonna put the laptop on and let that, so I could see what it looks like on my end. Hmm. Yeah, let me click on it there. It looks like. Oh, I gotta watch an ad now. Imagine that. All right, guys, bear with me. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Imagine that. All right, here we go. All right, so what are you saying? Just close the app and then come back? Swirl. All right, here we go. Yay. Yeah, but I want to reverse it so I could see. All right, we're gonna do it one more time to see if it'll jank it up. Oh, damn it, it does. All right. All right, I'm stuck in selfie mode. Sorry, the mirror image, everybody. So there we are. Where's that packing tape? Oh no, it's perfect right there. Don't touch it. All right, no one really wants to see me anyway. The whole purpose of a live is more likely to shoot the crap than it is. Anyway, that way I guess I can read the comments here. Perfect. So we're all set. I'm missing something here. Yes, I am. My crown and my pores is over there. I'm over here. All right, so I need. Oh, I guess I'm going to need my volume here so I can hear Shimon over there. I'm over here. Oh, great. All right. All right, so I have to listen to my phone, right? Can I hear you? Sorry, guys. Oh, you can hear me now. So we have to bring this closer. Let's see here. Which button is it? This one makes it louder. All right, max volume, and you're gonna have to get closer so I can actually hear you. Remember, we're professional YouTubers, everybody. We know what we're doing. We are so full of crap. All right. So, yeah. Oh, forget it. Eyes are, there's no really. Thanks, babe.
They're winner ears.
Oh, yeah, they won tonight. You're right. All right, everybody, what's up? So, Shimon was on a live. Believe it or not, we were actually just getting ready to go on a live. And then you guys went live. I was like, oh, crap. So I'll wait. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Because you know how it goes. If I drop a live, you might lose on people or I might not get so many. So I'm like, I'll just wait. Then I'm like, oh, wait, there's a go live together thing. And I never used it before. So here we are. So now I'm going through the comments here. Let's see here. Oh, my God. So the thing with our live today, let me turn this just a little bit. The thing with our live today was we're trying to think about Orwell. We've been working on them today. Me and Jen were working on them today, drilling all the holes in the frame for the fifth wheel slider. And I'm starting to think about okay, what are we going to call Orwell now since Orwell is getting bigger and stronger and not necessarily more powerful. Well, actually, a little more powerful because the gearing's going to be different. But do we? Well, obviously, we're still going to call him Orwell, but like to me, Orwell was just lame. Do you now? Yup. Orwell. That's funny. You never know, that might stick. Game 6822 says Thorwell.
Oh.
Rolling with Rudy says Orwell, but in all caps. Um, I don't even know what is that from, Thanos? You said that earlier about me. What is that, like Marvel or something? No, that's beyond me. I'm old. Let's see here. Someone says leave the Daniel Willis says leave the name. Tim Gurma, I can't remember. That says go Blues. That's direct to you.
Ew.
Jen's over here next to me. You can't see it.
Ew.
It's you see what you see. It's not much
Yeah.
because we're vertical.
Yeah.
Super Orwell says horse feathers. Now see here. 1860 and 1989 says I like Morwell. Oh my god. All right, so where'd he go? He disappeared.
Oh no.
Oh no. Are we by ourselves now? No more grinding gears? I guess his phone dropped off again. Can he just start up again and come right back with us?
Something down here.
Yeah, that's the comments.
No, it's saying something down here.
Here. Grinding gears. What's doing? Oh, add. Yeah, there you go. We need there you go. All right.
There we go.
Wait, again?
Yeah, for some reason, we're looking on our end. It isn't. It only shows you on there.
Yeah, on
There we
mine it
go.
only shows me also, but on my telephone it's got both of you. Oh, there we are.
There we go.
All right, guys. So we got any more problems? If they
Morwell's
disappear, let us know. All righty. So anyway, I was in the comment section in Shimon's live, and he was telling a story of how he started his YouTube channel. So I guess we kind of have to go back to 2023.
Back then? Yes.
Yeah. So you may as well tell the story from 2023 on how that all started.
So Matt's 2023. I met a YouTuber by the name of Just Trucking. Met him at Matt's. Long story short, he talked me into starting a YouTube channel. We started at April 1st, 2023. By May 1st, 2023, we had already been monetized on the channel. It was one of those divine interventions kind of a deal. And because my wife had been trying to talk me into YouTube for a while. Justin was just kind of that confirmation to, actually get me to do it. And basically, he showed me his pay stubs. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I got to do it. And so got me into it the following year. So a couple of months later, I met Alex, my mother trucker. He kind of gave me some good pointers. But I posted every single day, 7 days a week for a solid year. Now I'm posting 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, going live on the weekends. Posted every day, grinded every single day. Moving forward, a year later, we met Steve at Matt's the following year.
Yep, Matt's 2024. We were at Tim Gentry's booth.
Right. Well, actually, it was before that. We were at the Green APU booth.
You're right. Right before. Yeah,
we were
you're
walking
right.
by, and then you saw us totaling the kids around in the wagon. And so we had like a little short conversation. That was just one of those things. Hey, I watch you on YouTube, just hi, hi and bye. And then later on, we went to Tim Gentry's booth, and we were over there hanging out. I was just kind of walking around the circumference of the truck, just kind of didn't want to, intrude or anything. And we just kind of walked by to check out Weston's truck. And then you were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, get in here, like get in the booth. Like I was like, no, this is y'all's already. He's like, nah, get in the booth, like climb over, like almost like gonna climb into a boxing ring, like climb over the rope, and get in here. And I was like, oh, well, okay. And we sat there, and that's when I was teasing Tim, and I called you the cab over king. And Tim kind of turned around like, wait, what? And we was kind of, kicking it to crap, you know. And then after that, I seen you on the road when I got to see Orwell. And
Yeah,
then,
because from Wrightsville, Virginia, and I was just coming out of North Carolina, coming up 77 North. And I got on your live, and I'm like, yo, I know right where you're at. Give me about 45 minutes. I'll be right there.
yep. And I was doing a
And you
34-hour break.
time.
Yep. I was in the FLD. And then you're like, hey, I'll be right there. And I was like, oh, crap, cool.
That's in your intro.
Yes. Yep. It's in my intro. You're correct. Yep. Yep. And we hung out there. We talked there for about a good 4 or 5 hours. We talked there. Yeah, but you're on paper log, so you got to make your own time. So we sat there and talked for a good 4 or 5 hours, gave me a lot of good advice. And then when it came time when we were looking for a cab over, I asked you, I was like, what do you think about this truck? And you're like, yeah, get it. Get it, go for it. And then you were in Dallas, you hit me up again, like, hey, because that was that night we had talked a good little while the night before. And you were like, hey, well, I'm in Dallas. Let me just come by and scoop up the truck. And I was like, I said, I don't know. And this, that, and the third. He's like, don't worry about it. Hey, I'm here. I was like, well, it's out of my budget, Steve. And you're like, don't worry about it.
That was I emptied out on a Friday. So at the time I was leased on with Widmeyer Express, right? Mm-hmm. So the general rule of thumb is if you empty out on Friday, you kind of you want to give dispatch a little bit of time to get you a load back. But as the day progressed, it was very obvious there wasn't a load for me on Friday. And I'm like, okay, I'll stick around in Texas if there's a plan for Monday. But come Friday afternoon, if there's no plan for me to pick up and start heading back to Wisconsin, I'm hauling sailboat fuel going home because there's no sense in sitting in Texas waiting for a broker load that isn't going to pay for crap anyway, and then head back to Wisconsin for cheap. I may as well go back home for free, and then I'm home over the weekend getting crap done. So I was like, dude, it's not a big deal for me to come down there, grab the cab over, and come back because I'm going home empty anyway.
Yeah, because I was like, Steve, that's an additional. It was like an additional 3.5 hour deadhead south to us just to go back up. I was like, no. And I was like, plus, it's out of my budget right now. And he's like, well, I didn't ask you about a budget. I was like, oh, well, I was like, all right, fine. So he's like, I'll come pick up the truck, take it to my shop. We'll get our hands on it and we just work on it as we go.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I said, all right, cool. So then months later, he hits me up again. He's like, hey, I'm working on the truck. I'm working with State. Let's get you plugged in with State.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. You and Trucking Resources, Trucking Resources put the plug in at Matt's. A couple of months later, you put the plug in to Jeremy. And you were like, hey, let's get you sponsored by State. I said, okay, now let's see what we can do. One random day, I got an email from Jeremy saying, hey, let's get you on the board. And I said, okay. And then later on, it was like, hey, we're doing a truck show. Let's feature your truck at the show. And it just kept progressing, over and over and over again. I was talking to somebody yesterday.
And I'm thinking a lot about this recently. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of behind the scenes having to do with the truck once the truck got up to my place and so on. Without getting into the bulk crap that went down, but your truck, that cab over, in reality, it's done a lot of good because it rattled the. Listen, the way I see it's like this: it rattled the cages enough to shake loose any problems. Right? Let's just say that shook loose the problems, and it was able to generate a lot of interest in. Let's be honest, right? The truck coming to my place originally when we got it here was like, let's just get it here. It's sitting in Texas doing nothing anyway. It isn't helping. It's helping nobody. Let's get it up here. It'll at least get some interest in it growing, help grow the channels in plurality and so on. And then I get hit with a personnel issue. well, to be straight, I have to be careful what I say, but Chris quit, and who's working on the truck now? So now immediately everybody on Shimon's channel is like, dude, you better go up there and get that truck because this is that shop. Let's be honest. If you look at the back of my shop, my shop does look like where good ideas go to die. Okay, let's be honest. It does look that way. Okay, not gonna lie. But with that being said, opportunities showed up when I started working with 4 states that were able to not only get 4 states interested in Orwell and Black Dog, right? But also all of a sudden, we're shoehorning Shimon's Euphoria. That's what we named. That's what he named the green cab over
They named
Euphoria.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, there you go. So,
And actually,
so
real
Force
quick,
has
so
an interest in Euphoria, Black Dog, and Orwell. All 3 are in my shop. I became a very busy person really fast all by myself.
yeah.
And everybody counted me out, even me.
You know what?
Even me.
Everybody except Jen.
Jen was right there with me the whole time. See, a lot of people don't realize that. And well, a lot, I shouldn't say, well, listen, I don't know how many people are on here anyway. All right, we got like 529 now. 538. Sorry, it's going up still. A lot of people don't realize that. Same with you guys over there. Laura does more than you'll ever see on camera. That's just facts. If you've got a good woman behind you, they do more than you'll ever see. And our job is to try to give them as much credit as we can.
Oh, now she wants to come up there.
It's hard. Honestly, it's hard to show it because when I'm at the shop grinding all day, what's getting done at home, right? I mean, who's taking care of the kids when you're out on the road, right? So a lot of people don't realize that good women behind good men all of a sudden is how you make, to me, that's where success is from. That's why my parents were successful. My father, let me turn this a little to see you, maybe see Jen. My father was successful because he had my mother behind him, right? So that's how a good relationship works. And we have that. So while I'm at the shop busting ass on all the trucks and getting them done, just taking care of home. Now, in addition to when I physically can't do the work myself, Jen comes up to help at the shop, which is what she did today. So tomorrow's video, you'll see Jen working with Orwell along with me, which I have to edit that tomorrow in the morning. Because right when you went live, we just walked in the door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we put in about 7.5 hours today working on Orwell. Yeah, and we drilled legit just under 100 holes total. That's no joke. It's 21 holes each side through 4 different pieces of metal. So yeah, that adds up quick. But anyway, no, my point is, when we were like, okay, we're gonna get Black Dog to the show, we're gonna haul Euphoria up to G-Bats. I'm like, initially, it's like, okay, I think we can get it done, but got to bear in mind, I'm still trying to drive Black Dog to earn revenue, bring it into the business. So as the more I drive, the less time I have. And then it was like, okay, what were we home for? About a week and a half from the last load to G-Bats as well. Like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So a week and a half, I had to thrash every day. So I'm pulling like 12, 14-hour days at the shop, driving home, trying to get some sleep, going back to the shop, working. It was just a nonstop thrash just to get it all. Plus, you got to bear in mind, I have to do, I got to film and I have to edit. That's why in the end, when getting your truck ready, we just didn't even bother filming. It was just work on the truck, get it loaded, get it up there. And then we had the idea. I said, listen, when we got the G-Bats, and thank God for all, I'm sorry I really haven't read the comments on here. But yeah, I saw that, Josh, you're trucking together. Crystal Miller went live. So great. There goes our. There. We're at 574. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know she went live. Everybody said just for live. Thank you. I know. I got notification just while I went.
Your
What is that?
subscribers they're like trying to wait out.
Yeah.
Like, listen, man, we're all
Yeah.
going.
Well, see, you could do this. You could put Miller on the television and watch me on the phone, or you can put me on the TV and watch Miller on the phone. You can do both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, but yeah. So, anyways, it was difficult to get it all done, and let me tell you, from my perspective, looking in, it was just we had this idea when I got there. I'm like, listen, a lot of other guys are going to be out there filming, so let's just take their footage, promote their channels, and that will be most of our G-Bats video.
Yeah, McGee is in here.
Perfectly. It
Yep.
worked perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
McGee,
between I
McGee
haven't
and
been
Bandit,
it's
and
here. McGee Films, OTR Bandit, Trucking with Rich, Trucking Resources. I'm trying to remember the rest of them. Who else? What am I missing?
let me see. Josh was there, but he showed up Saturday after that whole ordeal.
Right.
Provider Grind, I think he probably shot some stuff
Bob
too.
Brown, that's it. I forgot him
Yeah.
too. You're right. Because he gave me a big old cigar. That was, to me, that was the best scene of all. I'm sitting in a golf cart with OTR Bandit, and I'm trying to figure out how he gives me this lighter that's a little complicated on how to figure out how to get it to fire. And I'm like, how the F do you fire this thing? But I'm just getting into the golf cart like a boss, just trying to light this big old stogie. And of all things, I didn't bring any cigars. Provider Grind gave me one. I'll never forget it. That's just one of those times. But man, let me tell you, when I got there, it was so awesome to just kick back and be like, we made it. And the stress just woosah.
You know
Right
what?
off.
And I felt the stress release when you hit those Jakes, the Jake breaks going down the road. It was like a sigh of relief. I just felt like that stress just come off of you.
Oh, for sure.
Because I talked to you, I think I texted you the night before, and y'all were struggling because y'all had, I don't think you ever mentioned, but you had some issues and stuff going on.
Yes. Yes. So we got your truck. So you got to bear in mind, your truck ran the first time it drove on its own power. That was the scary part. So let's go back, right? We did a video with your truck, Euphoria, in Texas. We found out that the weirdest of all things work and the most important doesn't.
Right.
And we talked about this in the video. We found out the air conditioning works perfectly. However, it wouldn't move on its own power.
Right.
Put it in gear, come off the clutch, and it just makes noise. I remember I go, what's your channel's name? Like grinding gears. All this truck does.
People still say that in my Facebook group to this day.
Dude,
yeah.
that'd be perfect. So then we got 18 wheels to come over with the wrecker, load it on our trailer, or and then tie it down, and I come home. Oh, supposedly I got fired from Widmeyer because of that. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Actually,
Yeah,
remember we had that meeting in Dallas with the new sponsors. I had started my video off that day. We were walking to the car, and I just showed like the name on the side of your truck when we used to have Whitmire on there. Like, seriously, guys, like just as a jab, like, come on, he's still at least on to him. I didn't say a word.
Exactly.
I just
No,
walked by, showed the name on the door, and kind of like just shook my head and just kept it moving and hit the theme song and started my day.
yeah, no, that just that was just dumb because obviously Widmeyer knew about it. I listen. I'll just touch on that real fast. This is a straight fact, right? I still to this day have an awesome relationship with Widmeyer Express. Okay, I can make a phone call right now, and well, it's a little late now, but actually, 10 o'clock at night, I could get a hold of him if I wanted to, and I could have a load Monday if I wanted to. They'll still broker freight to me. That's not a problem.
I mean, it would be stupid if you were trying to hide it. The video got 90,000 views. So
Hello, right? They knew about that channel 5 years ago. He's advertised for drivers for them.
Yeah, because the rumor was I got you fired from Whitmire. I'm like, come on, seriously?
Well, sure. But no, the point is, listen, I still got a great relationship with him. I quit under good terms. In fact, they were like, "Hey, congratulations, you're moving on up. Awesome, we support you 100%." What most people don't realize was, I had told them my intention is to quit and get my own authority, and in the 2 months, see, that's the thing. In Wisconsin, it takes 2 months to start a Whiskers account for your base plate, your IRP, right? It's a 2-month process. Meanwhile, I'm still insuring the truck through Whitmire's, and I'm insuring the truck through my own insurance company, and I'm running other people's freight, i.e., Crystal Miller, through Whitmire Express, hauling her freight, pulling her trailer with their authority. How many people are involved in this now? That was to keep me afloat for the 2 months while I waited for my base plate. So as my base plate became official, boom, put my name on a door, and I went to haul the first load for not the first load for Crystal, but my first load under load 001 and my load sheets for Crystal Miller, which went down your direction, and it's been great ever since. But anyway, we got the truck up here. It ran, and we went to try to move. So I got it started. Now it's cold out, right? It's in Wisconsin. It's cold. The damn thing don't want to start. Sprayed just a touch of ether through it, fires right up. Okay, good. So now, at the time, Chris was working for me, and we're trying to figure out why it won't move. So he goes, all right, we'll put it in gear. We'll try to drive it. It's sitting on the trailer with the chain still on it, so it won't move. I'm like, all right, so come off the clutch. We wanted to see if the drive shaft was spinning, like if there was a slip yoke broke or the splines in a yoke, like maybe your pinion splines had sheared off. So I come off the clutch and the truck lurched like it tried to go. And I'm like, Chris, this thing's trying to move. He's like, well, let's take the chains off and drive it in the shop.
Was that the time you said you almost ran him over?
Yeah. It was came down, but it tried to move. Well, he's underneath it looking at the drive shaft. So we pull the chains, we drive it in the shop, and it shook. It badly shook the whole way. Later on, we figured out you had 24 tall on the rear and 24 low pro on the front drive. So you had two different size tires, which, if I had to guess, it probably destroyed your power divider. If they tried to drive the truck like that, it probably destroyed the power divider.
Well, no, because they had put those tires on there to tow it. So it wouldn't move. When the guy I got it from, when he bought
But
it,
did they
it wouldn't
take the
move.
axles out of it?
Huh?
Did they take the axles out of it when he towed it? Hey, baby. Thank you.
I don't know.
I don't know. Long story short, as of right now, I got to drain the oil out of the transmission and both rears. One of them is going to come out very shiny. There's where the problem lies. Unless it is, in fact, in the drive shaft. But either way, it seemed to, quote unquote, fix itself. So we drove it in the shop. Chris overlooked it, and that's when he found the Fugazi bracket with that power steering system in it and the busted front spring. So at which point I'm like, all right, we're going to have to take this thing apart, figure it all out. And give it a quick look with the comments here, guys. Sorry, I've really been kind of trying to keep up with the comments, but trying to tell the story too so it makes sense. So we like, okay, this truck is either a complete overhaul or this is a parts truck with a great engine that Elaine could use. So I'm like, okay, what do we tell Shimon? Do we tell him that this truck is really a pile of crap, but it's got a really great engine and I happen to need one? Or do we just, nothing is not repairable, it's just how much money you want to put into it? But there's something about this truck that when it's like the truck that won't die. It has like a character, a soul to it. It wants to live. It wants to live.
Yeah, because we
So
named that truck Euphoria. Remember the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef?
yeah.
The first diss track that Kendrick dropped called Euphoria. And there was a line, so because we were talking about, we went live and we did a whole voting thing on the name. Some of them were in a live, they know what's up. And somebody said something about the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef.
Uh-huh.
And I said something about Euphoria because of that line where he was like, I'm the biggest, 'cause we talking about the haters and stuff. And I said, yeah, I said that one line when he says, yeah, I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress. And we like, wait a minute, that's it. All the hate we got off of that truck, I said, we can take that hate and shoot it back at him.
Facts.
To where like that truck is a diss track. And then when you did that video, when you dropped it off at G-Bats, he basically had a diss track in that video. 'Cause we were watching it. I said, dang, Steve has a whole F the police, no Vaseline track in this video.
Did you
Dude,
ever
I get so much
laugh
flack about my music that I put on there, but
in that one
I don't know. It's kind of like I make the video that I would want to watch myself.
walking down his driveway? Did you ever
I'm a
laugh?
48-year-old white
I need
guy.
to know.
Oh, we got a question for you, Steve. We were trying to figure out
It's driving me crazy because I know I've seen it, and it's like
what movie scene were you mocking when you walk down the driveway?
OTR Bandit. If you're in there, because he knows, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That
Hey,
when you had the drone in the air and you walk
oh,
down.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's straight off The Sopranos. Tony
Oh,
Soprano
there.
would walk down he would come down. See, that's the thing. A lot of people weren't smart enough to figure
was
this
like,
out.
I
They look on
know.
my Facebook, okay? And I don't wanna poke too much, but I will. So a lot of people were yapping and yapping because here's the rest of the story, right? This house that I'm in right now, we started looking at buying it. Part of the things for the VA that had to be done was we had to get their big thing is it can't be lived in right now. They had one thing that they dinged it for, which was peeling paint on the windows on the outside. Well, I'm like, I'm not paying to have it done. We're just gonna go do it. So me and Chris came out here with paint, and we took wire wheels on drills, and we pulled all the peeling paint, and we painted all the windows outside. But then they started talking about me buying his house. And you look at my Facebook profile picture, it's me standing in front of the house where they filmed The Sopranos. That house is like, I don't know, $3 million. Trust me, this house isn't $3 million.
Right.
Have an indoor heated pool, but it's not worth $3 million. But these people thought that the Tony Soprano house in North Caldwell, New Jersey, was what I was buying. You're out of your effing mind. But if you ever watch Sopranos, he always come down the driveway wearing his bathrobe and boxers to pick up his paper.
I'm so upset.
Well, my driveway is kind of long. And I did that little Sopranos intro thing until it got copywritten struck, so I had to pull it away.
Oh, dang.
Where it was very similar to the intro from Sopranos, where he comes down a driveway and he's got a scowl on his face. He gets out of his Suburban and shuts the door. I did that with my dually in my driveway here. Kind of like a joke. I was going to do it one time, but all the comments were like, you got to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. I'm like, all right. Finally, I got copywritten for it. I was like, all right, I'll. That's why the last time I did it, it was static because I had to edit the music away. And I'm like, oh, that stinks. That was kind of the joke. But that's where it was from. Tony Soprano walking to the end of his driveway to pick up his paper. And I legit had to bring my garbages back. So I'm like, all right, we'll put the drone outside. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning. The sun was low, so shadows look right. So I'm like, perfect. It's just me being the boss that I am. I'm not in the mob. I might be in the phone shop mafia, but
Yeah,
that's
I know,
about
right?
it. But I am a legit boss. I mean, I own the company that I work for. That's me. Then I walk down the driveway in Jan's bathrobe. I don't wear a robe. It was her robe. And I walked in the driveway, pick up my garbages, and walk back. It was a perfect shot, you know?
Oh, man.
They're over there laughing as if I'm telling a joke. Tough. But no, that cab over.
Yeah,
But
now I
no,
gotta go back and watch it.
that cab over has been a perfect right there.
Mm-hmm.
Has it not?
Yeah.
Because it showed what all of us can do. That truck will be salvaged. It will be saved. It will run again on the road. I guarantee that. As long as I'm alive, that truck will run down a highway again. It
And
has to.
it showed unity
It has
too.
that kind of soul to it. It will.
Yeah, and it showed unity with the BS that was going on. It showed unity. You know, people try to break you apart and, you know, cause confusion and stuff.
Loyalty.
Yeah, it showed
You
loyalty.
know,
Yeah.
me and Jen were talking about that just today. Yeah, you got to bear in mind. Listen, we're not stupid, okay? There's lawyers involved, and I have to be careful on what I say. That's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But things were done stupid. Opportunities were missed. You get more flies with honey than vinegar. My mother used to tell me, right? You don't have to like everything that I am or do. And I don't have to like everything you do or this, that, and the other. But we can work together in a space and collectively rise both of us up.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it we can do that, but others were too short-sighted to see that?
Yeah, then there was a narrative out there that I was calling you and bugging you about my truck. If people only knew it was the other way around. Steve was calling me every other day. Hey, this is what's going on. I am so sorry. You know,
The
I'm
day,
trying this. I'm trying.
the day Chris quit, the next day, I called you.
Mm-hmm. Now, I mean, even after
I don't
that,
know.
from the time from that day all the way into the truck show, you were calling
Yeah,
me at one point on a daily basis, like, "Hey, this is what's going on. We're doing this and doing that," and you gave me a list of things that we needed to get done for and people don't know this. Steve gave me a list of things that was needed for the truck to get to the truck show. And I was like, well, Steve, I was like, well, it's not really in the budget right now. He said, don't worry, I already bought it. The truck needed batteries. I bought batteries for the truck. The truck it needed steer tires. I bought steer tires for the truck. And there was a few other things that it needed too. You came out of pocket and you bought the stuff for that truck. You said, hey, we'll worry about it later. Let's get this truck to this show. Steve came out of pocket, didn't even hesitate, didn't even think about it twice. Just to say, hey, let's get this truck to that show. First of all, hooked me up to getting the truck to the show. And then on top of that, said, hey, let's get this truck to that show. I'm going to come out of pocket. We'll just figure it out later. Don't worry about it. Let's just get it to the
it had to
show.
get done. It had to get done.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, it had to get done. End of
Mm-hmm.
story.
Mm-hmm.
And when I rolled up there, and I'll be honest with you, I felt I didn't. You were talking about having it drawn up, but I didn't see it when I rolled up. I saw the guys on the ground with the cameras, so I gave them the show with the Jake breaks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that's why on the video that I did, I put your entire drone footage up there with your intro music that you use, because I was like, it was just super awesome to see that.
Yeah, because I was going through my playlist trying to find a song, and when I heard that "Eye on the Prize," I said, "Oh yeah, there we go."
Oh, the song you put on your video was just.
And for
And
the record,
I love that picture from what movie was that? Finding Nemo
for
with
the
the big
record,
shark with the
yeah,
two fish.
yeah, because Laura told me not to do it. Laura was
Devour.
like, "Don't." Laura told me, she's like, "Don't add fuel to the fire." But what people didn't know, so you had sent me that along. It was just out of nowhere one day. You
Yeah.
just sent me that, and I knew exactly what it meant. And so I said, if I put this in a video, only he's gonna know what this means. And then I was like, oh, well, I had finished the video. I had uploaded and everything. I said, wait a minute. And I thought about that. So I went back threw that in there and re-exported it and put it up there. But it all came together. You know,
But like I
that
was saying, what through everything, like I said, you don't have to agree in each and every little detail. on everybody's life or perspective or this, that, and the other. But there's no reason why people can't work together. Do you really think? Does anybody on here really think that me and Tim Gentry, as much as we work together, and he's a really good friend of mine, do you really think we agree on every single thing? From
Right.
how to work on trucks, how to run a company, if a load is good or bad, or how to run a business. Do you really think we agree on everything? You're out of your mind if you think we do. Me and Timmy make the joke. Granted, it was fueled by Patron. Me and Timmy make the joke that if we've got a problem, we'll just box it out. Just get some gloves. We'll just box it out. We don't agree on everything, but we, in the end, can come to an agreement and move on with life and build two channels together, whether I get more growth than him or he gets more growth than me, either one. Look at the Arizona haul we did. Crystal had a brand new channel. She just did a lot. She started live a little while ago. Everyone was talking about it, right? Like I didn't help with that? Of course I
Right.
did. Help Timmy. I set up all the cameras, did a bunch of editing. Timmy did his videos. I helped her out to start her channel on it. Boom. We don't always agree on everything, but people can work together towards a common goal. I'm here in Wisconsin building a badass cab over.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is a common ground there.
Yeah, then to
That's
top it all off, with all this race war stuff going on right now, and for us to be, when we was all standing there at GBAS, that was one time I had noticed, we had at one point almost every ethnicity standing in a group talking about
absolutely
trucks. About trucks. You know, we all had that one thing in common. You know, we had just about every ethnicity standing right there. You know, and nobody even saw that. You know, well, what kind of truck you drive? That was the only discrimination. Was the kind of truck you drove. If you drove a Volvo, then it was like, all right, get out of this conversation. But that was
yeah.
like, but that like nothing was brought. No, there was no politics, no religion, no race. None of that was brought up. It was just strictly about, you know, who are you and what do you do? How can we appreciate your asset to the industry? You
Right,
know,
he kind of made a comment here, right here. He goes, "Yeah, Tim Gentry going to be going to hire security soon. He's gotten so big."
yeah.
And I've told you, you have as your channel grows, something you got to think about. Have I
Mhm.
not?
Yeah.
My
Oh,
security, one is sitting over there. There's another over there. Yeah, you get the point.
yeah. Yeah. We had a conversation even because we live in a small town, and we had a conversation with some of the people in the area, some of the neighbors, like, hey, you know, if something doesn't look right, you know, shoot first, ask later. 'Cause, you know, that's how we are in Texas. Shoot first, ask later.
Yeah.
You
Our
know.
super chat 199 says FAFO fund.
Yeah.
Could take a little more than $1.99, but
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah, more than a few sandwiches. But nonetheless, it is. Listen, it is what it is. But this is the thing, man. I guess for lack of a better term, I can speak on this generically. I got put in a position I didn't. I'm not. Let me put it to you like this. How do I word this? I got put in a position that I did not want to be in.
Hmm.
I'm comfortable. I'm just as comfortable shooting the crap, having a beer, than in a straight up, in a gunfight if need be. Just as
Hmm.
comfortable. That's just
Hmm.
who I am. Sorry.
I did phone day.
Position where I had to step up and I had to take care of business and I didn't want to have to do that. But
Yeah, so we're gonna miss playing CIA with you.
my ability to earn a living, I got to put a stop to it. What's
Hmm.
said is said.
Hmm. And it showed a lot. It showed your presence, you know, in the YouTube space.
You know what? You know what the sad fact is? Here's the sad fact when it comes to me. Many years ago, Jen, hey babe, come here. You know this story well. Jen is. Can you find that picture you sent me a long time ago? No. You with the hat. I'm very green. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's on my phone. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. Find that picture. Many years before I met Jen, I met a woman. All right. So I was, when I was single, I met a woman, agreed to meet her at a bar in here, not too far from where I was living at the time. And, just hung out, shooting the crap, had a couple beers. And then she disappeared for a little, disappeared for like a couple of days. I texted her, I'm like, hey, what happened? She goes, you're very menacing looking. And I'm like, what? We actually had a disagreement while we were at the bar. We got on super fun here. Formation funds for FSC historical fleet. Hey, I'm on authority. I don't have to clear nothing to nobody. That's a thing. That might be a thing. Anyway, ITCIS Cora. It's to Cora, something like that. He offered $10. Buckeye Goose, $2 towards the FAFO fund or cigars. It looks like a cigarette, but if he knows me, I don't smoke cigars. And not in the house. But anyways, hello for wrong. Oh, someone's hello for wrong way. Okay, wrong way. We met wrong way at the show. Anyways, we were talking about junior drag racing, how my sons were doing the junior drag racing at the time. Granted, I was homeless and lived in a camper, but my sons did junior drag racing. Go figure. Priorities. We talked about this. Yeah. People want to ask. People want to. You want to ask me why do I respect Shimon and Laura so much? Because the way they are with their children, they are very much like me. Just slightly different heritage, but very similar. I mean, you're closer to me than most of my family is. Go figure that one out.
Likewise.
Huh?
I said likewise. You've actually sat at our, when we don't let anybody at our house. You actually came by here and sat at our dinner table.
Yeah.
Not even thinking twice about it. We don't let anybody over here. Even
Your kids
families
are
over here at a
awesome.
minimal.
Oh, your children were awesome and respectful to me while I was there.
That was probably the one day. No, it's fine.
You got to bear in mind, my youngest is like 21. Okay, your youngest is like what, 2?
2. Yeah.
You got a long ways to go. Trust me, it gets better from here. It just keeps getting better. Sometimes you want to just pull. Hey, I'm Bo. Put your head around the This is not Matthew. It happened when I was 8. But anyway, long story short, it's just crap. Now I'm losing my train of thought. Damn it.
But now, when it comes to chasing the kids around, that's where Laura gets all the credit. Like, what was the day
Oh
you had
yeah.
the other day? To where she got up. They had the YMCA like 8 o'clock that morning, grocery shopping, and then both boys had back-to-back baseball games that evening. So they didn't get home until 10 o'clock at night, pulling around a 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, and 2-year-old all day with the
It's a full-time
homeschooling.
job, dude. That's a full-time job. There's no getting around that. So anyway, this woman that I met said I was very menacing, and she didn't agree that my sons were in this dangerous drag racing, in junior drag racing. Meanwhile, they're in legit dragsters, NHRA and IHRA approved cars, full roll cage, flame suit, helmet, 5-point harness, whole bit, right? And I told her, I said, the kids are safer in that dragster than your kids are in your minivan. Well, that was the end of that. I probably said that, but I did. Because that makes me menacing. Meanwhile, Jen, on the other hand, sees this big, bad, menacing guy, and she's like, that's all for me.
I'm gonna be safe wherever I go.
Oh, forget about it. I mean, Listen, let's not lie. Okay, I'm 48 years old. I'm overweight. I'm out of shape. Okay, I got, listen, I have to defend myself, that way if needs be. I'm too fat to run away. I don't have the breath to fight, right? With this. So I'm just gonna boom boom and be done. Easy. But that's facts. But Jen's from Philadelphia. She's from a tougher part of Philadelphia. So when most people didn't want anything to do with me, they oh please do. Tabitha Solve says, Photoshop Steve with Simone's hair. Somebody get that done and get that to me.
AI can do anything.
Yeah, with AI, we didn't learn AI can do anything.
Yeah, OTR Bandit, get on it.
No.
See if we can have that creation walking down my driveway.
No.
Oh my God. But no, that's the thing. Like Jen was just what most people around here didn't like. Jen loved.
Mm.
That's just, but that's just me being me. What else could I be? Oh, need the
No.
Lord. Oh, we're talking about Buckeye Goose asks, is Jen a South Sider?
No.
Talking about you in Philly. She says no. No, she's up. No, she's north, she says. Yeah. Holy smokes. Tommy Hayward just kicked up $50. Steve, it's amazing that most YouTube truckers get along very well. I appreciate the $50, but I don't think it's very I don't think it's very amazing. Most of it, listen, we're all on the same gig doing the same thing. Why would we not get along? That's what blew my mind. That's what blew my mind months ago. Why wouldn't I get along with every trucker YouTuber out here? It blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one thing you learn when you get into the YouTube space. Everybody's cool. Well, most YouTubers are chill, laid back, cool, calm, and collective, as they say. To where you can walk up to them and just like you always use the story, how when you first met your first famous person, we want to be able to portray that same thing to our subscribers, so we're never distant, or on a pedestal or anything. To
I
where
tell the story. I tell the story all the time, but maybe not often enough. Jake Palmer, I did get your super chat. Australian $10. Don't know what that is in American dollars, but hey, $10 is $10 somewhere. Hey Steve, here in Australia, Kenworth still builds cab over trucks to this day. We have a good, yeah, it's true, especially Kenworths. The brand spanking new. Kenworth still makes cab overs for the Australian market. Damn it! Any idea of a 25-year-old Australian cab over for sale in Australia? 25-year-old, you can afford them here. Let's see here. Good cab over long nose trucks. I'm currently driving a 2008 Kenworth K108 cab over with a C15 in it.
you might ruffle some feathers getting an import cab over here.
Oh, a 25-year-old import cab over, not brand new.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You might ruffle some feathers, like, so what's this about, Steve?
Funny as hell, the video, Bruce Iscania pulling that sled was the quietest thing out of the room.
Yeah, I still don't. I still think they took it easy on him. There is no way. There's no freaking way
What?
that he pulled that sled like that. There is no way.
Why not?
There's just no way. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was serious.
Traction control, dual locker rears, both of them?
And he's got about what?
Rooster beat. I don't know which one Rooster beat. Well, Rooster beat both trucks, but Rooster has open dips and a absolute crap ton of power, which is probably why that frame is twisted now because the truck does lean to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I don't know what happened there, but I think the engine torqued the frame. It's a factory 3/8 frame, and it was not double framed stem to stern. I think he got bent. My personal opinion, I could be wrong. But with that, no, Rooster's wide open and a lot of throttle. I'm sorry, Rooster's open, open diffs both end. What I mean, both diffs are open, but he's got a lot of power. Bruce's Scania so he's putting power
On the
to
ground.
ankle and wheels.
Yeah.
So you don't need a lot of power if you got a lot of traction. But then you fall quickly at the big end when the sled gets heavier, when the weight comes forward. But we got Bruce on tape, both me and Timmy both admitting that he got him. I don't know which truck he got him with, but Timmy beat them both by 20 feet. Timmy won between the pulling truck and the Scania with Rooster.
Yeah,
Rooster does not have lockers, but it does have a very powerful engine.
Yeah, Bruce said he forgot to hit a button or something.
Yeah, after I turned around and put the camera in his face.
Oh.
I'm like, what did you say?
Okay.
And then Tim was like, who got that? No, Orwell will not be pulling in the tractor pull. It's not be happening. Sorry. I have to. I mean, if I ever build something for like just a toy that I could play around with and not really care if it breaks, maybe. When I build Rough Buddy, yeah, I can see Rough Buddy doing a tractor pull, but no, not Orwell. I don't see that. Not if Orwell's my only big heavy haul truck, which I'm still trying to build. As slow as it takes, I'm still doing it. Oh, let's see here. I'll just read the comments here quick. George Mitchell, did I ever get Orwell's engine yet? Orwell's engine is the block, the crack is repaired. It's ready to build. It's still at the machine shop. It's paid for. That's the one. Took you a while.
It did.
It's paid for. It's just easier to let the machine shop hold on to it than for me to hold on to it. So, but it's ready to roll. This is the picture that Jen sent me because this was a lot about me and her.
Might be hard to see.
No, I'm looking at it.
I can see it now, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Gretchen says, regardless how big and bad you are, there's always that one woman who can see right through you. She's both your strength and your weakness. You come at her, you come at me twice. But she's the strength behind me. If I didn't have her, my son, especially Matthew would not be where he is, and I would not be where I am if not for her. That was the one I wanted her to find earlier.
Yeah, you got Jeremy in there.
That is a big thing for me right there.
Better behave.
Yeah. I'm looking. You say Jeremy's in the chat?
Yeah, hey guys, from Jeremy and Ginger.
Oh, he's using a wife's phone. Okay, there he is. Going on. Yeah, we're getting ready to make I guess tomorrow morning I'll be editing a video and going off the progress on Orwell finally. So, yeah, we've been working on that for a bit. Here I am, 2316 says, she's your rock, Steve. Yeah, for sure. Let me tell you, it was so funny. We experienced this once. Jen was running the pilot car for Crystal, and I was home alone. That was a rough week, being home alone without Jen. Had to figure out how to do laundry again. I had to cook. I was like a baby. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, if that happened to me, I wouldn't eat for a week. It would be eggs and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and oatmeal. Yes, eggs and oatmeal would be my meal for the whole entire week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I could afford to have some not eating. You're not as big as me. You can't do that as long as I can. I got more reserve on me.
If I go in that kitchen, I don't know what's what, like eggs and oatmeal. Hey.
Sometimes I feel bad when you're on breakfast duty for the kids. Like they know what to expect, oatmeal.
Yeah. Yep.
Buckeye Goose says, come on, Chair Force, FSC truck and LOL. You're damn right. Someone had to keep them F-15s running. So yeah, but no, back to your cab over and all of that though. It's like, listen, I look back at it now, and it's a point in pride for me. It really is. It really truly is, because we got done crap that a lot of people didn't think we could or weren't going to. Because you told me, dude, straight up, what did you tell me when you made your video? What you wanted to do and you didn't have the either time or the whatever to get it done. You want to put in a video, but you didn't.
In all the hater comments.
All the hater comments.
Yeah. I wish we would have
That's what we
screenshotted all
Never
those comments.
see it again, on and on and on. It was such a big thing for me to show up with that truck, because it was like, for me, that truck was, it's coming or nothing is coming.
Mm.
That's how it was going to be. If I couldn't roll up with that truck, I wasn't going to show up.
Yeah,
I
and
would just
then
call it,
people
sorry,
don't know
guys.
about the breakdowns because
Left
Black
up.
Dog broke down and the Dodge cab over didn't start or something before you left out
Oh,
there.
yeah. So that was the thing. So we got you. So, you got to bear in mind. So I forgot. I feel bad because, man, that was part of the story. We got way off track. So bring it right back to that story. So your truck drove into the shop. And then for whatever reason, it stopped running. I moved it outside and make room, move stuff around, whatever. And I go to bring it inside, and it won't start. It won't fire up. And I'm like, what in the hell? It'll start. I can give it a lot of throttle. It'll run for like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and it died. Well, when I finally got around to looking into the fuel tanks and look at the swamp water that was called diesel fuel, well, hell, that's pretty obvious why that thing ain't running. Filters are jammed. How long do we leave it idle in Texas? Filters had stopped up. So we got it. I got it positioned in the shop. We wound up pulling both fuel tanks, sent them out to get polished. Got new straps, put them on the truck, and I put new filters on it, obviously. And now it's like, oh Lord, if this thing don't start, we are in deep doo-doo. Not only are we in deep doo-doo if it don't start, but now we're hoping and praying that, remember that drive line? We don't know why it fixed itself.
Yep.
We don't know if it's going to stay fixed.
Right.
So turn the key, crank, and this thing ain't starting. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Well, it's again a small spritz of ether, and I hate ether in engines. I hate ether. Little small spritz, fired right up, and then the pump picked up its prime. It run beautifully. I'm like, holy crap, this thing's really running good. All right, now we got to put it on a trailer. But the customer's truck that I had on there was in the middle of the lower deck. I had to put it on the back deck. Well, guess what? Didn't want to start again. We had to jump start it at the auction where we picked it up at. Now this thing doesn't want to start. And I don't have a 24-volt big monster, jumper truck. I've got a 300 amp 12-volt battery charger. It didn't want to know me. So we wound up getting enough battery power in it to be able to hold the fuel solenoid open. On a Cummins, there's an electric solenoid that's the fuel shutoff. Enough power in there to hold the solenoid open. And we dragged it off the trailer with the dually after we aired it up with Black Dog, the air, using the air to release the brakes. Dragged it off, pull started it. Now it's running. Now we backed that truck back onto the trailer. Then we got Euphoria in the well, hooked it up, and then to find out the Razor really doesn't fit on the top deck, does it? A little tight. So we had to put it on there with the forklift truck and then strap it down and then hauled ass.
And you had called me. You're like, hey, I got a problem. It's like, what is that? He's like, I got the Razor on there, but I have no idea how we're going to get it off.
Yeah, we're going to get it off. I was like, we'll figure it out there. I was like, I don't care if it's still, listen, if it stays there, I can still I can still unload your truck with the Razor on the top deck. If worst case, we'll figure it out. So we had no real plan on it. We just rolled with it, and got everything tied down, started going, and I made it about 3 hours. And I was seeing pink elephants, heffalumps, and weasels.
No, you were seeing
On
black
the road,
dogs. You saw the black dog.
I was driving the black dog.
No, but you saw an additional black dog.
Oh yeah. Black dogs, heffalumps, weasels, pink elephants, you name it. Well, pink elephants is when you drink it. I wasn't drinking. I was just tired.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, I was whooped. So we pulled over, got some sleep, and I got going. And I woke up, I immediately texted Jeremy, and I'm like, dude, I am whooped. We're just leaving Wisconsin now. I'll see you in the afternoon. Best I could do. He's like, sorry, no big deal. And then the rest is history. You saw how he rolled up, and everybody was filming. And dude, it was super awesome. I enjoyed every minute of it. But getting there, man, let me tell you, it was to that point was very stressful. To which point wow, it was just
McGee said in the 5 hours at the Blue Beacon.
yeah, that's true. I was not quite 5 hours, but it was a long while at the Beacon.
Yeah.
It was
I
about
wasn't
2
gonna
or 3
go up.
hours.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Dog was trashed, and your truck that was the first time your truck been washed since
Right.
It looked good.
It
It
did.
looked good.
It looked really good. I was
Oh yeah.
shocked. I was starting to hate that truck, but when you pulled up with it, I'm like, well, wow, this thing came out really nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that was
And then what happened with Black Dog? Something with the hubs.
oh yeah, not so I have this theory. I don't think it's much of a theory, but it's when you service your truck. Now I do all my own work.
Mm-hmm.
When you service your truck and you crawl under it with a grease gun, you're looking at everything.
Mm-hmm.
And while so my theory is the best inspection tool that a truck ever has is a grease gun.
Mm-hmm.
Because while you're greasing it, you're looking at everything, you're noticing things. So if you have a wheel seal going out, it's when you do your grease job is when you'll find it. Because you're under there looking at crap while you're hooking up to each little Zerk fitting in this truck. So you'll notice these things. Well, service Black Dog, wouldn't you know, he's got a wheel seal going out. So the truck, when I bought it from Timmy, you got to bear in mind, when I bought it from Timmy, he had just recently bought it from another farmer. So he didn't have it very long, and he didn't really do anything with it. So the brakes were serviceable when I bought it. They weren't out of spec, but they were getting close. But now with a wheel seal going out, oil all over the brake pads, or the shoes, I should say, why would I waste the time trying to clean them up if they're already getting close to needing replaced anyway? So I end up putting both new brake drums, all new brake shoes on it, plus fix the wheel seal and inspect the bearings. So we did both. We did a brake job both sides on the front, and called it a day. But that's took a little time to.
People only knew all the behind the scenes and all that going on while you're moving.
Now that I think about it, I didn't even edit that video. I filmed it, but I never edited it. Oops. Thanks for reminding me. I know what to. I know I have one in a hopper somewhere. So I did film that too, the whole process of it. But I didn't put it in my Road to GBAT series, so I totally forgot about it. But yeah, that was one thing. That was about a half a day down. So I wasn't working on your truck. I was working on mine to make sure it was safe to drive to go all the way to Joplin. Figured. But yeah, people don't realize how much it takes to keep these damn things running.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that going on, and people no offense to the viewers, but all they're doing is just waiting to watch the next video to click play. That's all they have to do. If they saw the behind the scenes,
Yeah, but you kind of expect that to a point. That's
Yeah.
just.
And that's fine. I mean, that's all well and fine. But if they understood the behind the scenes, when they hit that play button, when our videos pop up, they would get a whole different level of respect,
Oh yeah.
of appreciation to know what went into that video.
Oh yeah. No, you can't. That's one of those things. You really can't film everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you can if you have a crew behind you, but neither one of our channels is big enough to afford that kind of labor.
Well, I mean, there is. Never mind. Never mind. There is one.
Well, some can, some can't, I guess.
Yeah.
Lance 7471 says Crystal is done. All right. I've been watching. I really didn't see a drop in.
Like, she had a jacket on, so people were coming back. It's like, what?
Well, I think they were saying they couldn't see.
That's not what they were saying. They were saying she had a jacket on, and they
I
said,
go right with
you saw
yeah.
it too, yeah.
No, I didn't see, but
Yeah.
you said
Peep
enough.
game.
Hey,
Well,
listen. Here's the way it is, right? There are some people that drive Fords. There are some people that drive Ferraris. Which would you rather look at, the Ford or the Ferrari? I would rather look at the Ferrari. Facts.
Yeah.
I am not the Ferrari. Look at
naive me.
It is what it is.
Yeah, somebody said, what did he say? It's lemonade. It's not tap water. Come on. Texas water ain't that bad. It's freshly squeezed lemonade. He said, I get it, but I'm like a crackhead. I want my next hit. Talking about the videos.
Nah, Crystal's the shit, man. She is as real as it gets. She is rock star solid. Anything that woman ever told me happened. Okay, that's the thing. People don't really understand that. Okay, people look at people superficially, right? And listen, I'm the first one to tell you, when you see somebody, you meet somebody the first time, listen, I'm that way. I meet somebody the first time, listen, I'm the biggest profiler there is. I know it sounds bad, but it's true. It doesn't matter who it is. They walk up on me, the first thing I'm trying to find, friend or foe, or even neutral, right? Doesn't matter who it is. I'm talking in a grocery store and I'm walking into a little old lady. Friend, foe, or neutral. You got to find us out fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can survive today. So when I first met Crystal, I wasn't 100% sure on what she was. I never even heard of her before, which is people are like, oh no, no, I never heard of her before. When I first met her, I was kind of like, all right, well, you are who you are, with a story and a trucking company. Who are you really? And over the time, I found out that everything she said was true. What she said she was, she is. End the story. That's why I did what I did and made the deal that I did. I cut my damn flagship up over what she had promised load wise. Jimmy did the same thing. Stretched out Rooster, started doing the heavy haul stuff. Jimmy had the immediacy ability to just make a truck longer. I had a full on rebuild to do. But don't forget, people don't realize this. The frame rails that are under Orwell right now were hers. I'm still waiting to hear from Vicon when her replacements are done so that I can purchase them, haul them back to her.
Steve,
Because
they're saying your audio is going in and out.
if I ordered Orwell's frames way back when, I'd still be waiting for them now. But Crystal had a set. See what I'm saying?
They're saying your audio is going in and out.
Oh, I don't know how to fix that.
Oh no.
How's it on your end? Can you hear me, Shimon, or is it just a couple of people?
Yeah.
Anthony Durbin says audio is good here.
Okay.
I guess I'm all right. But a point is, everything she said has happened. What she promised, she delivered. So listen, she's much prettier than me. It is what it is. I can't change that.
Uh-oh. Speaking of Crystal.
Oh, she goes, it's, I guess the audio is good for her. I seen you went live and it tried to steal all my subscribers. I saw that.
And she
I'll
did.
have to watch it later. But no, that's the thing, man. And I listen, like, you know, and back with Timmy, the same thing, man. Timmy's a loyal guy. He's a straight up loyal dude. I don't hang out with people. I don't work with people well for any length of time if they're not honest, if they're not trustworthy. If you can't take their word as gold, I get it. Sometimes people may stretch it a little bit, or maybe they believe they could do something it can't, and it happens. Hey, crap happens. I get it. But there's dishonest people and there's honest people. You know the difference. I don't mess with dishonest people.
Mhm.
That's everybody that's used to. Crystal, Timmy, on down the line. If you see me do business with them, I trust them. It's that simple.
Crystal said get back to work. She's tired of you being in the shop.
Thanks, Steve. But by the way, you ready to work next week? Yes, actually, Black Dog's itching ready to roll. Time to take you out of the shop for a bit. Yeah. Well, I texted her end of this week that trying to find out what was going on for this upcoming week. So, you know, it is what it is. I told her I was getting worked on the shop, but Black Dog needs to go out and earn his keep. So there it is.
And actually, I'll even tell the people this without telling them what it is. Steve has got us about to make a big move, guys. Probably come January.
Dude, look at it like this, man. How often do I get it? Technically, Crystal is the broker when it comes to me. Timmy, same thing. But I don't deal with the average broker, right? I deal with people I know
Mm-hmm.
with a brand new authority. Who could say that? Who do you know that can say that? They got brand new authority and don't deal with brokers you have no idea who the hell they actually are.
Yeah.
I deal with friends. That's a good spot to be in, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a real good spot. It's where we're at right now is just a lot of growth.
Yeah.
And you've been trying to talk me into making you actually and Jeremy. Jeremy's in this. I need to call Jeremy Monday. But been trying to coach us and talk us into taking this next big step.
Load Monday. Haha, I'll text you later. All right, holler at me, tonight or tomorrow, either one. But no, I have, it's one thing I've done. That's one thing I've done good is I've made good relationships with various people. And I remember I've been saying that for years now. I remember, well, you said it was 20, yeah. So Timmy brought the cab, but this is how long it's been. Straight up, true facts. Timmy brought the white and blue cab over to Matt's in 2023.
That's the first time I met him. That's when I started my channel. Yep.
Before that, he was in the other house that was close to the shop that burnt down. When he bought the cab over. Matter of fact, it was if you go way back in my videos, it was when I drove that truck. It was over nighttime, but he just bought the truck, and I happened to be I brought Orwell to the shop with a load. I think I had I had a cement pump, I think, going to like Port of Miami or something. Anyway, I brought the load through Tennessee, and I had parked over there with Orwell, and it was so weird. It was like, this is gonna sound silly. I wasn't quite comfortable sleeping in his house. I'd rather sleep in my truck. I knew better.
I'm the same way.
I drove Ashley's Denali to my truck to go to sleep. rather than stay in her house. If that makes any sense.
I'm the same way. Yep.
Yeah, but but that was the time. I drove her on a white cab over, and that's the first time he started busting my chops
Mm-hmm.
about me getting my own authority. And let me tell you something. When he said that to me, I was like, "Are you out of your mind? You crazy? No, I'm way too small for that." And how many times I told you, Shimon? When you think you're too small, but friends are telling you you're big enough to have to worry about this, that, and the other, you're big enough.
Yep. And I saw it at the truck show. That was my first time seeing it. Between you and Jeremy, y'all kept saying you're bigger than you know. I'm like, what does that
Yeah,
mean? What does
yeah,
that mean? And I saw it. I saw that at the show.
I know what it means.
Yeah,
I know it means the hard way,
yeah.
unfortunately.
I mean, because it's
But
kind of difficult to see it and feel it over a screen, but when it's in person and you can feel everybody's energy, you know, it's
hey,
a whole
baby,
different feeling.
I'm empty on both. Please, thank you. But no, it was. That's when he started talking to me about it, and I was just, you're out of your mind. Now, maybe I wasn't ready at that point in time. Mentally, I obviously was not. I wasn't convinced of it. But
Yeah, because this
it
opportunity
took
I'm
me
about to take was offered to me a year ago, and at the time I don't think I was ready, but I think now where we're at, 'cause when it was first presented to me, the first thing my wife asked me, well, what does Steve think about it? I was like, well, I think about before she even asked me what I thought about it, she asked like, what does Steve think about it? I was like, well, fine, all right. So, so that's when I had called you and I was like, hey, so what do you think about doing, this, that, and the third? And you kind of asked me my expectations and my reason behind it. And I told you, and then you were like, well, I think you should do it. It's a step of faith. It's a big leap of faith, but you
It
know,
is. It is. But here's the rest of it. I'll tell everybody what I told you. I feel now, I had a different life. Okay. You have your wife, you have your children, they mean the world to you.
hmm
I have an ex wife, and I have two sons, and my sons mean the world to me. But when I was your age, I didn't have a partner. I had an ex wife and two sons. So I had a different lifestyle.
hmm
I didn't have a partner. I had a war.
hmm
A multi every if I it doesn't matter if I look this way or look that way, I had an enemy that
hmm
was trying to take or hurt me or hurt my sons. I didn't have a partner.
hmm
I'm 48 years old and I just started my own authority. The frightening thing about that for me now is the fact I'm 48 years old. I'm not an old man, but I'm getting old. I'm not the young buck I used to be. I'm not I'm not as strong as I used to be. I might look it. I'm not.
hmm
I don't have the wind I used to. I don't listen. Medically, please. I gotta start taking care of certain things. My health, yeah, I gotta look into it. Straight up. But am I late in it? In my, I don't know. If you look at my life, my past, and my current, how things are right now,
hmm
I'll be right on time. But compared to most people, yeah, I'm late. If you could get to be, fully independent with your own numbers and running your own thing, completely independent, excuse me, early in life,
hmm
you're doing better.
Right.
But that's up to everybody's individual situation. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's what you can do. That's
Right.
what I personally, I think it's where your future is.
And that's why I have to make this move to get to that point. You know.
Yeah. But don't be too scared to make a move because of security.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes security, listen, regardless of how things played out, I love my father to death. My father's not right upstairs, but I love him to death. He probably doesn't feel the same about me as of right now, but he ain't right upstairs. I love my father to death. My
Mhm.
father always played it safe. He
Mhm.
always played it safe. And he let a lot of opportunities pass him by. He did good in life. Don't get me wrong. He did real well. But he could have did a lot better, in my
Mhm.
estimation. I think he could have done a lot better. He
Mhm.
played it safe.
Mhm. Yeah, like I tell people, there's a difference
He did
between.
good enough. That's not up to me to judge. That's depending on who you pray to.
Right.
That's for them to judge. For him to judge. But that's, my father plays safe. I'm not a play it safe kind of guy.
Right.
At least not now that I'm not responsible for young children. My sons, see, that's where Timmy, see you were busting chops earlier about the whole thing where Timmy calls me the Terminator. That's not because of what I've put down. That's because of what I've accomplished. Why is Laura upside? Oh, now she's not. She wasn't upside down for a minute.
It's not gonna work that way.
Now we had to find a charger.
Ah, Timmy recalls to me as the Terminator because I've often asked the question from the first. Remember the very first Terminator, the movie. What would the Terminator have done if he actually managed to take out Sarah Connor? What was the rest of its life? What was it supposed to do if it accomplished its goal? Right? It only had one goal in life. So what does the Terminator do when it takes out Sarah Connor? After I've raised two sons to be self-sufficient, what do I do? That was all my life was for.
Mm-hmm.
Was to raise a son. Nothing more, nothing less. So what do you do after that?
You swim around.
I never once thought of it. Jen said it right there. What is it, babe?
You swim around your heated pool.
You swim around in your indoor heated pool. That's what you do. But I never once thought of it. That's where the Terminator thing came from.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? Read some of the comments. Ben Wilkinson says, I want to be an owner operator, but scary leaving the comfort of a company driver. I will argue the comfort of a company driver all day long. What comfort is there? You're told when to sleep, you're told when to eat, you're told when to poop, you're told when to go home, you're told when to not. Hell, I'm surprised you're allowed to make love to your wife without permission. That's a problem. That's company driver life. I don't think it works well.
And my dad always told me that. He said if you work for somebody else, regardless of what industry it is, they dictate the house you live in, the car you drive, your relationship with your kids, how often you get to see them, the clothes you wear.
Yes,
They dictate all that when you work for somebody else.
correct. That's true.
Now, I will say, because I always tell people there's a such thing as taking risk and calculated risk. There's a difference. You can
Oh,
get
yes.
out there and take a risk and whatever, and there's dumb stuff out there. But you can take a calculated risk to where you have a plan A, plan B, and plan C, and to where the risk makes sense. We sit here, not to throw slug at him, but you sit here and watch people like Steve Harvey, and those speeches they always give is always like drop what you're doing and go, you know, pursue this. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, supposedly that's your story and it worked out. But you are what, one person out of 9 billion on this planet? you know,
Well,
uh,
it's like when I would tell people, they would talk about like they like to they're in music. Well, you're from the music industry, How
shit.
many people thought they could do music But how many people were James Hetfield of Metallica that never made it?
Mm-hmm.
But there is one. How
Mm-hmm.
many, how many Dr. Dre's were there before there was a Dr. Dre,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right? Which is the genre of music you follow
Mm-hmm.
or prefer. Now I'm a crazy bastard. I like all music, which probably why I get a lot of hate in my music. But you get the point though. But there's a lot of people that tried and failed, but there's only a handful that made it to the top. And then there's the guys that make it, but then there's the guys that make it, like I mentioned, like James Hetfield of Metallica or Dr. Dre. Listen, it's hard to beat those guys. Those are the top of the top. How you gonna beat that?
Right.
Not everybody, listen, there's a lot of Nickelbacks out there.
Yeah.
They're all right, you know what I'm saying? But they're not legendary. They're not
Right.
the pinnacle of their field. But a lot of guys thought they could be and never made it.
Hold on. Let me see. I so wish my health would have been good enough to meet you all. Jeremy has really. Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy, he don't act like he misses
Oh
us.
that's the white. That's Ginger.
Yeah. I know. She said Jerry. Oh, Jerry really has. Yeah, Jerry really has missed. Yeah, she said he's
Yeah,
missed us. I'm saying talking to him, you would never know.
yeah.
Now we know, Jeremy. Now, when I call you Monday, I'm be like, you miss me?
Yeah, no, it's
Nickelback shade.
that's why.
Exactly. Nickel band, the band everybody
That's why
hates.
I use Nickelback as an example. They are one of the groups that everybody loves to hate, but you jam out to it. You got to admit to it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm a fanatic of what they call divorced dad rock. Your Breaking Benjamins, your three door was it Three Doors Down?
Yeah.
Yeah, your Evanescence. That is my go-to.
Love it.
Yeah. See, I'm told I'm told that the music, I don't know, these young kids like Matt's generation tell me the stuff that I kind of listen to is what they call grindcore.
Mm.
This music that's all about the grind, all about the hustle, all about because some of my most I'm trying to think of like the most favorite stuff I have. I'll give you an example. Akon. Of all the weird people, I'm not gonna tell you who, but somebody told me to turn me on to these two songs by Akon. One is called Keep Up, and the other called is Time and Money.
Mm.
That's me all day. I don't think you can keep up because I'll be honest, I'm hard to keep up with. Like I can't, but
Now
you
I'll
got to
tell
work
y'all
hard to keep up with this.
when it comes to music, Steve is more black than I am.
He holds the black card.
Yeah, Steve's got the black card when it comes to music.
That's funny. I watch your videos. I listen to mine. I put a lot more black music videos than you do yours.
Yeah, because I love 80s rock and like your alternative 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. That is my go-to. Like on this morning on my drive, I was playing Guns N' Roses. I listen to hip hop. Yeah, Avril Lavigne. Yeah, she's another one I listen to. But yeah, I love hip hop. But my first go to 80s ballads. Oh my gosh,
Dude, you know what's funny with me is if I'm in a bad mood, there's two bands. Well, one's a rapper, the other's a band. If I'm in a bad mood, both of these guys calm me right down. You ready?
Oh boy.
Five Finger Death Punch and DMX.
DMX.
DMX. DMX.
Wow.
Calm right down. If I'm angry, put some Five Finger Death Punch or DMX, and that is music that soothes the savage beast.
Yeah, like rap. Eminem is my go-to. Like that is my.
Well, he's a little different. I like him, but I don't. It's weird.
But and then you say that, and then the other day we were talking, and you started quoting Jeezy. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, what's the name of this of Fame? FAME. So you guys that are in the comments here, look at someone goes DMX question marks. Yeah, not DMX, but no, it's there's a quote, and I the song was on. I kid you not. A couple of days ago, I was driving home, and it came on as I was coming around the corner, and I pulled in the driveway, and I parked, and I actually sat in a pickup truck and listened to the rest of the song as it played out before I turned it off and walked inside. And the song is by Jeezy. It's called Fame. FAME. Actually, F period A period and on and on. And it literally goes. I can't forget the exact lyric, but it's like, you mean to tell me by running my big mouth, I get to live in this big ass house? And I'm like, and talking about how it feels like it ain't yours. Because it's like you don't do, like the way I take that song is like, you don't do anything all that special. Because what's the difference between me, you, and every other truck driver out here? We're more heard. We have a bigger platform to talk on.
Right.
But I'm not any better than the next guy driving down the road here. But why am I the guy with the in right through that window? He didn't do it.
Right.
I'm no different from anybody else.
It came with that.
Well, it did come with the house, but I wouldn't have ordered it that way. But it was the perfect deal. But the point is, it's me running my mouth with the channel and on, doing what I do. That does make the extra scratch to be able to afford the nicer things that I do have that I didn't used to have. But it's still, when you walk in the door, it still's like something's wrong. Like, I don't deserve it. There's still a bit of that to me.
If you would have ever told me that to get to my house, you have to go through a guard shack, I would have never.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Guard shack to get to his house?
Yeah. He lives in yeah, he lives in that kind of place. The fact is, his house is actually nicer than mine. It is.
But you have
They
the
live in-
property. Do you have the property?
They have a nicer place. I
You
have a
got-
lot of property.
Yeah.
Not a big house, but it looks really big from the outside because of the two garages.
Yeah. 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 Then you
Well, it wasn't for me because I got the shop all the way over there. But whatever.
And then you're making actually money on your property, leasing out the farmland over there.
Yeah, springtime. Yeah, now I got approved for the driveway. I did
Nice.
finally get approved for the driveway.
Nice.
So that was a concern of mine. If not, I had to bring the trucks in behind the house. But when I would have chewed into the, that's when he's not throwing anything in it this obviously it's winter. So when I got the place, I called him up and I'm like, okay, what are we doing with this? And I told him about my driveway conundrum with the county. Had to be approved for it because I'm actually 4.86 acres, not 5. So
Hey, you said 5 in your video, sir.
What's that?
You said 5 in your video, sir.
All right, 4.86. The county allows you one driveway access. Now, this place was built in 58, mind you. So sometime between 58 and nowadays, they allow you one driveway access, culvert, come off the road, because the ditch, for 5 acres. I'm 4.86, so I can't get more than one. But if you have a hardship, they'll allow you another. Well, my driveway access is from the driveway to the end of the house. So it's a very wide culvert with a couple of drainage patches in there. But the farmer quit farming the property to the east because it's not very big. It's where I want to put my shop. And you have to cross a creek that runs through my property, which in the springtime is basically a swamp and everything gets stuck in it. So he doesn't bother farming over there. So because of the creek, I'm allowed the hardship exemption that I'm allowed to build my driveway on the other side between the house and the railroad tracks. Because that's why I told him I want to build a garage over there and work on my truck over there. So because of the creek, I'm allowed, but it took, a couple months to get the approval for it. So now I have to actually put it in and make sure it's,
Wait. So you have a creek on your property?
Yeah, it cuts the property basically in thirds.
What a Greek.
Yeah, I know, right? Shoot.
Right now it's dry. Like you could drive the razor across it without a problem, but semi truck would get mired up in the mud. So I have to build a driveway to come off the county road to get onto the property for the east part of the property.
We may have to use one of Crystal's trailers and put this house on it and take it up there and put it on one of those acres. Shoot, a creek. Well, I never think it's too cold up there.
Yeah, we have
I
about
like the cold.
2.5-ish acres that is leasable to the local farmer. So I told him once I find out what's the driveways, and I literally got the approval like a couple days ago. So I told the guy, so listen, we'll talk turkey once I know if I can and can't get the driveway. Because if I can't get the driveway, then I have to come from the west side of the house back and behind the house. I'll have to put my own culvert across the creek in the middle of the property to get to my future shop. So now that I know I have the driveway, I can still lease out the
Everybody's fascinated about your creek.
Yeah.
Well, he had a creek and a heated indoor pool, guys.
Which you, Laura, and all your children are welcome to if you come up here.
You know what?
What's the fun? Hey, what's the fun in having this crap if you don't sorry. What's the fun if you don't share it?
Yeah.
I don't want it just for me. I want it for me and everybody I love and care for. It's not just for me.
Ready to trade a guard shack for a creek. Then remember it's cold up there. Heck yeah.
I like
That's why the pool is indoors and heated.
Yeah, creek for the summertime, pool for the winter.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I'm concerned about the propane consumption on that heater, though. It does get cold. Yeah, I have.
Is it a creek or just a ditch?
The creek is a royal pain in the ass, but it is what it is. It's there. Like right now, the ground over by the creek is just soft. But remember when we were painting the windows? It was late winter, early spring because it was delay after delay after delay. Thank you to the VA. I hope y'all get fired for making me wait this damn long. I lost it. Let me tell you, if there wasn't anybody more aggravated over the process of buying this house, was the sellers. Because the buyers kept hitting delay after delay after delay that had nothing to do with me. With that being said, Tracy Miller goes bleep. There you go, Steve. Yeah, damn right. But yeah, it was just nonstop. It was nonstop problems. I mean, the problems I found with this house after I bought it were nothing compared to flaking paint on the windows. Yeah, remember I had to buy a mini excavator? Not buy, but rent a mini excavator. Yeah, I had to fix the backyard plumbing. Do the math. Yeah, I had to fix that. 4 feet deep. I didn't think it was that deep. It was deep. Oh yeah. Oh, see, I'm trying to glance the comments here. I'm being terrible with it.
Oh, hold on. Ginger's spilling all the tea. Hold on.
No, she's not.
Who's here?
That's that Ginger spilling all the tea.
Oh. I told Jeremy his own account is Everest still like this. Jen, Steve, Shimon, Laura, Crystal. Oh, that's pretty deep right there, actually. I don't, I don't think they understand how much of an impact they have on our lives.
Hmm.
Hold on, there's Jeremy. And after a lot of freaking hands, I finally figured out how to make an account. No more gender confusion between me and Jen.
There we go. Blam, blam, blam. There you go.
Funny. Oh my gosh.
Jeremy, you know how to put your name at the end of the four state comments. You couldn't put that on y'all's joint account.
Yeah, yeah, I was saying that's usually what he does. And normally I pin him. I pin him too.
Oh man.
That's good.
That's funny. But no, man, it's just, when you look at, and that's the thing too. Let me ask you this. One of the things that I get crap about, people that talk crap about me, they'll say that like I'm the quote big YouTuber, right? And that I'm full of myself. Like legit, where does that come from? Like I literally don't think that I'm full of myself. I mean, I busted my ass. I got to a decent place in life, but I'm also the guy that wants everybody that I know and love to be bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where do people get off saying like I'm trying to be some quote unquote big shot? I'm more comfortable being the dumbest MFer in the room. Where does that freaking come from?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
Yeah. I tried to figure that out too, because I had somebody recently tell me, watch what you say on the internet and blah blah blah, kind of sharing your business because people can see that as cocky. And I'm like, but and I thought about it. At first I kind of went along with the narrative and I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. It's helped more people than hurt, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people come up and say, "Oh, thank you for sharing this information because it helped me do dot dot dot." Rather than somebody, when I do my revenue videos for Landstar,
You're right.
it helps people out because they see if they're thinking about coming to Landstar how much money they can make over here, versus somebody saying, "Oh, you're bragging," or somebody just saying, "Oh, you straighten up lying, you didn't make that much money." You know, But after thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to change what I'm doing because it helps more people than a few sorry leftover people in a corner. You know,
Let me hit this comment here. Somebody wrote, Jay Doyle 63 goes, "Are you drunk, bro?" No, but I'm trying. Somebody asked, if you ask Trucking Alert / drama at FSC Trucking, Timmy Gentry, Miller Transport, or all some crazy cult or whatever, that's Buckeye Goose. I'm just seeing his comments over here for a bit. What I don't understand is you mentioned these people. If somebody came up to me like you did, that's why I brought that up earlier. The way you guys rolled up to me, wagon full of kids and everything.
you ain't got to say
If
it
you
like
guys rolled up to me,
that.
just trying to build a channel and promote your stuff and on and on and on, I'll work with almost anybody if they're genuine. I'll work with anybody if they're genuine. I'll work with almost anybody for the right reasons if I personally feel that their heart's in it for the right reasons.
And it wasn't even that. It was, hey, you inspired me to do you inspired me in my YouTube journey. Thank you. Like that was it.
Mm.
Move on with life. And it just became a deal after that. It was like, hey, thank you. I've started a YouTube channel. You've inspired me to do so. Thank you. That was the reason for going around meeting everybody. And then it really didn't do anything until you and I linked up at the truck stop in Virginia that day. That's when it kind of grew from there.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't understand where the misconception, and I'm willing to accept that it was a misconception of me as the quote unquote big shot. I need a big shot of nothing. Where did that come from? If people are gonna be genuine and roll up and talk to me like real people, like you guys did, and so on, I don't. Number one, I don't want to fight nobody. Believe it or not, it's not what I'm about. But where did that come from with those particular people? Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. If
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
The frustrating. God, I hate this. I'm trying to think about. Obviously, I've been drinking. I'm a bit buzzed. Believe me, that won't help me in court. But I have to be careful how I say things. But let's take. No,
Jerry,
F it.
Jerry
F it.
said it came from the creek, bro.
Yeah, Campbell Creek. If Billy came to me, if he rolled up at the truck show, never heard of him before, start talking to crap, start talking, hey, I'm so and so, I'm building a YouTube channel, blah 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 blah. I'd have put the camera on him. Who are you? What's your channel name? And like I did, I'd have put the little YouTube square on the bottom, put the name on next to it, like I always do, like everybody else. Make your pitch. Who are you? What do you do? Put it out there. If I'm the bigger guy, I'll give you the opportunity. Now's your time to shine. Right? Who have I not done that to? Who have I ever met that had a YouTube channel that I never promoted?
Mm-hmm.
You find me that one, come back to me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not going to say that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. That's why I'm not some big shot. I might be bigger, but I'm always willing to help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always willing to help, give that hand out to help.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that bull crap come from. Like, what did I ever do?
And
I'm
people
the
that
guy
use
that
it.
needed help. Timmy Gentry many times put me in his video. I remember when I hit 100,000 subscribers. You know when I hit 100,000 subscribers? Timmy Gentry was live. I was a little bit short of it.
Mm.
And he was on a live. And he said, hey, everybody, go to FSC Trucking, subscribe. Let's get him over 1,000. Let's get him over 100,000. Boom. I got probably 1,000 subscribers in like 5 minutes.
Mm.
Because Tim Gentry told his people to find me and get me over the top. In 5 minutes. But I'm that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You want your channel to grow? Come see me. I'll help you grow. Because I don't see any other trucker YouTuber as a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a competitor. You're a friend.
Yeah, because like even when you got me on with Forest State, the idea was to take that. There's a parable in the Bible about the seed, to where you had passed it on to me, and it was for me to take it on and pass it on to 5, 10, 15 other guys with the hopes of they do the exact same thing.
Ben Wilkinson, 81, wrote, I don't want to say I have to delete that comment, but is that real, Ben Wilkinson?
People keep saying that in the comment section.
I'll remove it. I'm not going to train station them, but I'll remove it. Certain people I won't allow their names to be spoken on this channel. That's one. Well, you've heard that before?
So, I've been seeing them say that in the comment section. I don't know if it's true or not.
You wrote it down again. Shane, what happened to Bill? I'll say his name, Billy. Shane, what happened to Billy because he's a veteran and a Christian? No, I didn't train station. I because of the other guy you mentioned, I pulled the comment, but Billy's okay. The other one's not. Is he for real in a? Is Billy for real in a? In problem?
They've been saying it in the live. I don't know if it's true or not. I've seen it a few times already.
Who else can verify that? That's got me bothered. That actually bothers me. He and I have a lot in common. Most people don't realize that. I bet most people. What the hell's going on with my phone? Oh, okay. There you go. Can anybody else verify what happened to Billy? That's got me upset. I'm not gonna lie. That's got me upset.
What's got you upset?
One guy saying he went to the loony bin.
Hmm. You got nothing to do with you, though.
That's not important. That's not. He's a veteran, babe. If you don't know, then you know. Shimon, what have you heard?
No, that it's just I've been seeing them in the comments the whole entire time saying it's a shame what happened to him, and one or two people, mentioned the psych ward or something. I didn't really
Ooh,
read them too much. I'm repeating what I was told. Can't verify.
I watched it on my phone. Apparently, I froze.
Yeah,
Hang on,
it's showing a black screen over there.
all right, hang on. All
There
right.
you go.
This shows I fixed up. So you're telling me it's a realm of possibility that Billy Raines is in the loony bin? Like he's messed up?
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know if they were talking about him or the other guy. Uh, I didn't really read into it. I just kind of skipped over the comment. I didn't.
No, Josh is trucking adventures. No. Ginger wrote, just pray for him. No, that's not enough.
That's if it's true. If it's true.
If it's true. No, he did. No, he did. Most people don't notice about me. I guess I'll talk about it now. So I was in the Air Force and never went anywhere. North Carolina. That's the most action I ever saw. After I was out of the Air Force, I met a bunch of guys years ago in a
Here,
bar.
we'll log out
Rancho
and watch. Let me put the kids back to bed. We'll log out and we'll continue to watch.
What's that?
I said, I'm gonna put the kids back to bed. I said, we'll log off and continue to watch.
All right, man.
Okay.
Later.
Alrighty.
Baby, I'm out of whiskey if you don't mind. Baby?
I heard you.
Okay, thank you. So years ago, Someone asked how much would I sell Orwell for? You don't got enough. Nobody has enough. Years ago, I was in a bar. After I was in and out of the Air Force, I was at a bar. I spoke about this on a live years prior. And damn, you trying to take advantage of me later?
No, I'll be asleep soon. I didn't know that. I heard that.
Yeah, but if Billy's messed up, then I'll get in with that, Bill. Ben Wilkinson. Anyway, in and out of the Air Force, never left North Carolina. I was in a bar after I was driving a truck for quite a while. It was Rancho Cucamonga, California. And bunch of guys, veterans, with talking, shooting the crap, blah, blah, blah. Younger than me. And these guys had gotten back from Iraq. And we got to talking, and they didn't quite understand the time frame, the difference in the time frame. Where when I was in the Air Force, we were starting to get equipment back from the desert. I graduated high school in '95. I went immediately to the Air Force. So this is between 91 Gulf War and at least that was Desert Storm, Desert Shield, whatever, when I was in high school, and then Iraqi Freedom. So I was in high school. I was in the Air Force between Desert Storm and Iraqi Freedom. Couldn't think of the code names they gave them. Anyway, hearing these guys talk about it, and I started talking to one of the guys about how we started getting back F-15s. Now, where I worked at was tank farms, so we worked on jettison tanks, external fuel tanks, and conformal fuel tanks. F-15s have conformal fuel tanks that fit up to them next to the air intakes, and obviously, the external fuel tanks that you could drop them in the case of combat, that hung off of pylons off your wings. So I did a lot when I was in tank farm. I did a lot of conformal fuel tanks. But anyway, we got to talking about a lot of the stuff, and it was talking about a lot of guys in Iraq and this, that, and the other. Crap that had happened to them, this, that, and the other. And for lack of a better term, some of the guys didn't quite understand the time frame I was talking about. And one guy accused me of stolen valor, and I was like, "Oh, so you're wrong." I explained to him the time frame, and I said that we were getting fuel tanks back that were being shot by Iraqi anti-aircraft, but we weren't really doing much about it. I guess we just sent our crap home, patch it up, and send it back. I didn't understand it at the time, And then when they figured out that, I told the rest of my story and what I did and when I was doing it, they felt bad for ever accusing me of crap. And to be honest, I drank the rest of that night free. But I always felt that the guys that were on the ground did more than guys like me, because I was in North Carolina fixing stuff, but I wasn't, wasn't kicking done. Listen, I wasn't in Fallujah. Okay. I was in North Carolina. To me, there's a difference. But the guys that were in Fallujah, to those guys, there wasn't a difference. Because when they called an air cover, my aircraft showed up. And to those guys, I saved their ass. But I don't feel that way. I never did. So yeah, Buckeye Goose. Oh, the meat grinder of times, yes. Billy and me, listen, I had my lawyer send Billy paperwork. I had to. But if Billy is legitimately in psychiatric care, then to me that changes things between me and Billy. I just I read Jeremy's wife, Ginger, you served your country, appreciate you. Yeah, I did. I fixed aircraft, but I can't get doors. I never left the country. The guys did a lot more than me, and I kind of feel like they did more. And I know Billy, as adversarial as we were at one point, or could be still. I know Billy was in country. Billy was in Iraq. I was not. And that changes things. I'm gonna try to do something about that. Look at any comment. Listen, those guys that bought me drinks the rest of the night that night. I get it. The wheels, the spokes in the wheel. I got it. I get it. But I had to hang with Tim Gentry before I heard incoming fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's got me straight up fucked up. I know I cursed. Fuck it. I don't like it pissed on him. Our redacted ass, not that animosity who is Billy. Billy is one of the guys I had to send paperwork to via a lawyer. Oh man. What am I supposed to do with this? God damn it. Oh, I hate this. Shit. Yeah. I'm not sure how you write that. Billy is the drama queen on Discord. Yeah, he's one of them. I want to know if he's legit in trouble. Listen, if he is legit in trouble, then I want to stand up for him. If it's bullshit, then I'd rather break someone's jaw that told me that it was legit. But if I know I know he's a veteran. I know he did time in Iraq, and if he's messed up, then I'd like to try to help him. If it's bullshit, then you know, screw everybody that told me otherwise. But dude's messed up. I'd like to help him. That's what I'm kind of like in my head. Damn it! Who saw that coming? Wow, I didn't have that on my today's bingo card. Jay Doyle asks, "What are you drinking?" Coors Banquet, Crown Royal, in the Yellowstone train station. Cup that Jen bought me. Buckeye Goose says, "We need to know if your battle is okay. If our battle is okay." Dude, I'm sitting in my house. I'm fine. I'm just, man, it got me messed up. What is that? Buckeye Goose? Yeah, Buckeye Goose. Buckeye Goose, where are you hearing this from? Like, if we got a guy that's got a problem, we need to help him. Where are you hearing this from? Be straight up with me. Where are you getting this crap from? Buckeye Goose says, uh, I'm talking about B. We need to know if he's. Who else on here? Spit it out. Buckeye Goose, you have my email? I'm waiting for this thing to advance. I don't think anybody's really talking much. We don't have I got 386 people watching, so I guess it's pretty good. Somebody wrote, you still help Miller with loads? Of course, when I can. He said, I heard her from Ben Wilkinson, 81. Ben Wilkinson, he's on here, is he not? Oh, Tabitha, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just I have a soft spot to people that's been through more than me. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, if you know anything about my sons, Yeah, I know. I know. Well, Anthony Durbin, I have to hear from her directly to know for sure, but yeah. You can put a new chrome on Black Dog because Black Dog needs to bring that. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Yeah, Ginger, I'm probably trying to help out an enemy, but I don't know. In fairness, that reading comments here, guys. I'm not ignoring you. Shit. Been drinking and reading comments and trying to figure this out. I don't. I'll be straight with you. I don't know if I'm being played. I don't know if I'm being played or if that's real. But that's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do now. I know there's nothing I could do now. Jalen, I saw you on there too. I read what you wrote. I just didn't read it out loud. Yeah, Tracy Miller, I graduated in 95 also. You're correct. Remember how everybody was giving me a ration of crap that I had my lawyer reach out to Billy and we wound up getting a hold of his mother? I know my lawyer has the information for his mother. I see. I have a sense of fair play. Oh my god, what do I do with this? No, Anthony Durbin. That guy's name was Chris. I'm not trying to be weird with anybody. I'm just reading comments, trying to Damn it, Buckeye Goose! Why couldn't he hit me with this crap when I was like not drinking? Which one? This one? Ginger asks what tattoo tomorrow. That's like kind of generic. He's like, there you go. Fedora wearing gangster pulling two pistols on you. There you go. Yeah, Jalen, I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to think about it. Who do I reach out to? Well, if Ben Wilkinson has played us, then I'm going to want to like not be happy with him. Let's say that. But if that's real, then it. Oh man, yeah, let me look at something quick. I'm on the computer here. Let me look at something. That's what I want. There you go. Let's see something here. I'll click on here. I'm looking on YouTube real quick. He hasn't posted a video in 2 weeks. Oh, for sure. Tomorrow, if Buckeye Goose wrote, same. He's got very quiet after you noticed it. Ben Wilkinson, 81. What are you trying to say? He ain't said nothing since he said all of this. What's going on here? I cannot keep track of all this. I'm sorry. This has me bothered. I'm not gonna lie. Buckeye Goose, start yapping. What do you know? What do you know? What's you're the man of the hour right now, not me. Yeah, when I started this live, it was kind of like, do I call him like Orwell 2.0, Orwell Heavy Haul Orwell, Orwell version 2? Like, that was kind of the thought process. I wasn't really sure. No, Orwell's gonna keep his name. He's for sure Orwell. So you trying to tell me Ben Wilkinson was yanking my chain here? What are you telling me? Well, Buckeye Goose, my lawyer knows how to get a hold of Billy's mom. So if Billy's in some kind of problems, I could certainly ask the lawyer to reach out to his mother and ask if that's true. Yeah, I'll email him or text him tomorrow. I guess there ain't much I could do about it, like, literally like midnight. But man, that's got me bothered. Was Steve is the Godfather from Orwell, or Steve is the Godfather, not Orwell. Love the music from Alabama 3. Yeah, but I can't play that no more. Damn it. No, Keith, it's a little after midnight here. Yeah, it's midnight here in the Old West or Midwest. Wow. I must be some kind of an asshole. I'm trying to bury. If he's legit messed up, I want to find out about it, make sure I can help him. What is the matter with me? Maybe Gene's right. I am too soft. Mm. Oh, it's gonna have you bothered. Trying to look at the alerts my phone just came up with. Give me a minute. Oh, did I disappear for a little while? Sorry, guys. Well, my phone doesn't show me actually being on here, so I don't think I'm actually live anymore. Yeah. So the audio is live, but the screen is shut. Why not? Damn it, I know we shouldn't have messed with it. All right, well, apparently there's no more video. My phone's acting up. We've been on live for a while. We got 386 watching. So now you're just gonna have to hear me with black screen, which means I'm pretty much done. Reading the comments right now, guys. Sorry. See producer K there. Keep it real. That's what we like, you and your content. Yeah. So apparently there's audio, no video. Well, we're out. So all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text the lawyer in the morning, and I'm gonna find out if we can find out anything about Billy Raines, if he is in fact uh in a mental institution or if he's out and about and doing his normal thing. I know who he works for. I could possibly reach out that way too. I know more about him than most people because is what it is. But if he's legit messed up in a mental institution, then I don't know what I could do for him. But Buckeye Goose just sent me an email. Yeah, I think it just came through. Yep, I got an email. All right, give me a minute here, guys. I want to read this quick. There you go. All right, I'm back. All right. So let's read comments real fast and then get on with it. Dr. Saab says, "Oh, Steve drunk, LOL." Yeah, maybe. I'm entitled to. It's friggin' Saturday night. Yeah, I guess we are in radio mode there, Gil Rigged. It's a wild life. Yeah. All right. Well, let's be honest. I might be getting my chain yanked. I might not be. I don't know. If I'm getting my chain yanked, yeah. If not, then I'm gonna do the right thing. And if anybody don't like it, I flipped everybody the middle finger because the screen's blank. So it is what it is. Buckeye Goose, I got your email. I'm gonna email you back. So respond to me fairly quickly if you can. So I want to try to get to the bottom of it before I go to sleep, and that way I can sleep well without these things on my back with that. So I missed it anyway, but it's all right. No, oh man. Listen, long story short, Billy Raines and me have not been the best of friends. In fact, he has been an straight up enemy to me. But he is a veteran, and he did time in Iraq. So to me, that means that if he's having problems, I think he's had problems recently. If he's had problems, I'm willing to I'm willing to help the guy if I can in a in mutual way, meaning that not the YouTube crap, but the veteran thing. And if he is, as Buckeye Goose says, I'd like to try to reach out, and help the man. If it's bull crap, then I guess I look like an idiot. What else is new? That's how I see it. Yeah, the phone is terrible. Uh, Jay Doyle, yeah, I hello. I've been trying. It is what it is. The app only works as good as it works. So we're gonna jump off here. Reading comments here, guys. All right, I'm out. I'm gonna email oh what the hell. I'm gonna email Buckeye Goose. I'll get a hold of him, figure out what's what, and I'm gonna find out whether this is real or not. If it's real, then listen. If it's real, I want. What do you mean we got played? Reading Buckeye Goose last comment. We got played. We talking about? Look for Buckeye Goose still here. I know the camera is messing up. I can't help that. The phone's screwing up. The app's messed up. Whatever. It is what it is. You hear me? Can't see me. Look, I ain't much look at it anyway. His Instagram has current posts. As of a day ago. Well, whatever. You know what? I'll tell you like this. If the man had problems, I'd like to help him out of it. If he didn't ever have problems, then whatever. Yeah, Brain Bishop. Steve, just go do your own investigation. You'll get your own answers. You're right. I'll look into that.
Guys, I'm sorry if I messed up. If I messed up the last little bit of this live, then whatever, so be it. Yeah, but some people say on vacation. Listen, people I know that went on vacation, they were in jail. You're up for real. So is what it is. Nah, Buckeye Goose. I'm not saying you trolled. No big deal. No, I'm just yeah, I'm a little drunk. So, but yeah, if let me ask you this. How do I look terrible? If another veteran like myself, actually somebody that actually did more than me, is having trouble and I want to help them out, how do I exactly do I look bad? Gil Rig, wasted. You don't even know what wasted is, homie. I still got a lot more to go. You know, that pisses me off. That honestly pisses me off. Wasted? Why? Because another guy that served that did more than me might be in trouble, and I'm concerned about it, and I'm wasted because of that? Because it bothers me? You know what? Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. It's just a meme reference. I don't give a fuck about no damn meme. Yeah, dude pissed me off. Yeah, he fucked with my business big time. Yeah, he did. But he's a legit Iraq War veteran. And if he's beyond the bullcrap that is the legal stuff that involves the lawyers, if he's legit hurting, then I like to help. And if he ain't, then fuck him too. But if he is, then I like to help. I don't know what happened to the camera. My phone's acting up or the app's acting up. That's right, Brian Bishop. Veterans take care of each other. You damn right. And if I offer him more help than he ever offered me, then so fucking be it. Anthony Dermis stands on your values. You're damn right. All right. I'm probably done with this live. Wow. I did not plan on this ending. Anthony Dermis says, make you the better soul. I don't know about that. I'm just another asshole. Yeah, I'm drinking and I'm on a YouTube live. I'm concerned about another brother. Yeah. Look, I'll deal with him in a personal manner if need be. But he's messed up. He's messed up, and I try to help out if I can. I kind of saw that. Kind of saw problems in the guy. Mylan Lortz, you're a great guy, Steve. Don't know what we will say about you. We love you, brother. Yeah, I know. I know. Emma Colossus says, hey, an honest asshole is better than the opposite. And that's true. Yeah, Lance, I think it'll get a lot better. It just takes time for the rest to roll through. So. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this live end here. 386 watching. I haven't even watched how many likes or whatever. But I'm gonna cut this off. All right, just reading comments more, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna respond to these emails. I'll try to get some bottom of some stuff. And listen, worst case, if Billy is in a bad spot mentally, if that's actually true, my lawyer knows how to get a hold of his mother, and I can make that happen in a way that isn't. I can make that happen. I'm sure I can make that happen in a way that isn't legal, like anything to hurt anybody, rather than just if Billy is legit in a mental place, in a mental home, I would like to reach out to end the friendship to let him know that I want him to be better. If that's true, I want him to be better. And I would like to reach out in that matter. My lawyer knows how to get a hold of his people. So if that's how it has to happen, it's how it has to happen. And I will, with their blessing, I'll report back to you guys. But only with their family's blessing. So I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have, obviously we did a live together with Brian and Gears. Go check them out. But this recent thing has to be dealt with. So we're gonna deal with it as best I know how. So all right. Grab the phone. Figure out how to X out of this. See you guys in the future. I'll get up in the morning. I'll edit a video, and Sunday night you guys should have a video of working on Orwell finally. So catch you later, everybody. Later. Peace out, bro.